stove. Hannah, Kaizo. Talita. You. That's so you messaged me. I gotta look. I didn't read it. I'm sorry, baby. But I know you said something about a cake. And I was laughing because I was like, bitch, if you ain't got a cake for 1,000 people, you better not go buy no cake. You better let them do it and be like, listen, I ain't got nothing to do with it. Because everybody going to have a birthday. They're going to be like, where's my cake and where's my party? So don't even start no beef with the ancestors. With that, we just doing it for him. Nah, we going to do it for him. We better pick a day and bring everybody, bring them out all at once. If they want to do a cake, that's fine. You ain't got to, don't look over here. I ain't do it. It was them. I ain't see the end of your message, but I got the beginning of it, and I was like, ooh, we in trouble now. Welcome back, everybody. Hi, guys. Yo. Welcome back. Hey, baby J. Trying to give everybody a chance to come back. Like I finished my story about this spirit that was in the attic, wilding. My uncle is on this side. They tell me which one to get. You know me and my silly baby self was all excited. I listened. You funny? Yes, you listen. You know what I got from you. Know your shit, and you know they talk to you, and you know that you came to do something more, and you gotta do more, love. You have to do more because you have something, right? And you have to nurture that and build on that so that it can grow. You know where. You know where your trajectory calls you to should you decide to go there, which is a blessing in itself because they don't call for everybody, but they've been calling for you, which means you have a destiny that is one of greatness, right? You got to start stepping more into your destiny, which is to obtain that greatness, and you got to do everything with your ancestors, and if anything steps out from your spiritual court, you need to work on that first, and then you'll be more comfortable when you finally do make that next step, that transition into the ultra world. Because you know that Orisha is calling you, and they do want you. You know what I'm saying? They want you to get there, but they need you to be consistent and diligent with the spirituality that you already got. You know your ancestors is there. Your ancestors talk to you all the time. They show you things all the time, but they want you and need you to do a little bit more where they're concerned. The more you do, the next door is open for you a little bit faster and smoother. Right? Because you want to walk through each door with them holding your hand, and if to be a smooth transition for you to do the next thing, and you haven't done enough. You scraping the surface, but you a witch. You here to do that. That's what you're supposed to be doing. So they want you to do that first, so that when you get there, you don't forget about where you started. You always gonna, like, this is the lesson that I got. You this cute, all the Ultra, all Apollo, all that shit is cute. Get your ass over here and read these goddamn people. And I was like, God damn. So you can't forget your grounding, your base work, right? These are the guys that we here with you. We this is for you to build a connection, to grow spiritually, to elevate spiritually, right? Because you need to be at your highest elevation when you should be at your highest elevation when you walk into Orisha world. They require more. They require you to elevate at a different level, to do things differently. And the training comes from ancestors whipping your ass, your spiritual court whipping your ass. And for you, I'm going to do it. I'm going to get it right. I'm going to do this right. You get a stat. Bang. Spiritual court. A stat. Bang. That's when you start opening the other. That's when they start opening those other doors for you. But you got to do more. You got to do more. You got to build. This is the time for building, right? And we have to be strategic about the things that we are building. We have to be, planning writing things down, knocking out piece by piece. Strategy is required in this walk. You have got to strategize. Sometimes what you think is going to make sense don't always make sense in the realm of things or how things will start to turn out. They make you figure out navigation. You have to be able to navigate through this world, because sometimes there's bumps and there's trials, and there's things that they'll set in your way to see if you are diligent enough and strong enough and steadfast enough and have done the type of mental work to say, you know what I used to play Tetris a lot, and I played Bejeweled a lot. Fitting different things in different patterns when it changes really quickly. And the goal is to clear it all out at the top so that when it comes down to the bottom, you get the extra points. I find myself playing that game a lot, but it's about mental work on how I structure my life that way, because I have to make things fit in the way that it drops from the heavens. It don't come the way I want it. It comes the way that the heavens want me to have it. And so I have to figure out, how do I navigate through this? Simple things like those video games, that's mind work for me, because I got to figure out and I got to see that it's moving fast. So I like that kind of stuff, because I can figure it out. I need to beat the game. If you can beat the game and get the points, oh, you lit in the spiritual world. Because that's the way that this world works. It's going to throw shit. It's going to come in all different ways. And you got to be able to identify which parts fit, which parts don't. If I get this here, I'm going to get more points, clear this board out, and it's going to put my trajectory faster to where my path is leading me towards. I know I should be reading people, but at what point do you charge people for your readings? I don't care if you charge them $5 as practice just to start with. Would reading people for free, charity, be a good way to start getting my feet more in the water as a reader? Emmanuel, thank you. I would suggest to start for free for people around you, and then ask Spirit if you can charge now that you have time doing it already. You have to get comfortable with receiving the messages into how you're reading them. Who's reading the people, right? What guide? Have you identified who's reading? I have 75 people over here, and I have like 9 sets of tarot cards, right? The cards that I initially thought would have been for somebody else, it was like, I don't want that shit. Somebody else took the card. So you have to identify who's reading what. Is there Madama? Is there Gypsy? Is there Gitana? Is it Egun? Is it an Indio? Who's reading? They all read. All of them. Somebody in your bloodline could be one that did the readings, and it could be one of them too. Who's doing the reading? It is the connection with that spirit to find out, all right, so this is what you use? Okay, so now I know that I got to touch these. I'm sitting here, I'm touching cards. I know who got these cards. I know who owns these cards. I know who owns these cards. The one who owns this one that owns this one. I'm using these 2 together. When I'm finished with these, I know that I got her. She got these other 3 sets. These are hers. When I go with her, she don't do cards. So she just going to tell me and talk to me. This other one, she got cards. She like bust those out. This other one, she got her own 2 decks. When I go to those, I know I'm dealing with that energy. Who's reading your cards? Let's identify that. It makes it easier. You practice, right? For free, a little bit, right? But in the interim, you still got to find out who's doing it. Ask them, show me. However you get your information, if you know you're supposed to be reading the cards, who told you that? Who told you you're supposed to be reading people? I've learned of 3 so far that definitely come around me for my cards. And then I have a Madama that just asks for water and a candle and tobacco. But the Madamas read too. So depending on the cards that you have, you need to find out which one of them reads those cards. Any one of those energies can read those cards. It's just on who decides to those. I like these. I'm gonna work with these. These are the kind of cards that I would use. Some of them won't use cards. I have a particular couple don't know. You just shut up and let me just tell you. I'll be like, all right. So you gotta know which one of them and ask, because sometimes I have a particular Razama, she don't be fucking with people, I'm not reading her. No. And I gotta go ask one of the other ones and they'll be like, I'll do it. So I'll know which one is reading at the time. So because the one that said no, why am I grabbing her card? She already told me no. And then when they're finished, because I have many, I'll start to get a repeat of what I started with. That means I'm finished. I just fucking told you this. Why? I'm getting the same card again because I'm done. Put my cards down and leave me alone now. Go get somebody else's shit. Go ask somebody else the rest. That's all I got for this person. That's how they do me. So you have to practice and ask them. And whichever way you get the messages, allow yourself to receive that. But don't stop practicing. Right? Because in the practicing and touching them and opening yourself up, and remember, don't just be reading people spiritual protection. We start with prayer, right? White candle, glass of water, put a towel down for a white table, cover your head. If you are one that, spirit gets very close to you, spiritual belt to tie you off so that you do not get mounted with spirit. Because remember, when you do that glass and that candle, you're opening a portal for spirit. We need to make sure that our ancestors have been prayed to make, and don't forget the creator. Everybody always forgets the creator. He's first. Nothing is accepted or done without the permission of God. Palo, Ocha, Espiritismo. I don't give a fuck what you call it. If God don't permit it, it ain't going down. That biggest glass that's on your bovada is for the creator. He allows that energy. I say he, but that energy allows for the rest of the energies that's all connected to come through those portals and assist you in your walk in this realm. I'm a lot more careful now with tying myself down and having my protection on, even for those close to me. Yes. And you have to always, right? I don't know what your life is like, right? But I always have to take, and remember, opening a portal, reading someone, you're allowing their energy to interact with yours. You clean yourself after those readings. I do Padre Nuestro, Ave Maria before anything. That's how I was taught. There's more. You do those, right? But where do you call on the prudent and benevolent spirits and the messengers of God to come through and allow only the good lighted energies to come through and give you your greetings, your messages, your assistance? You got to be specific. Ave Maria, that's nice. That's good. Okay. Padre Nuestro, that's nice. That's good. I need to specifically say, God, I need you to allow my guides that are coming light and spirit and truth to come through and help me with the communication that I am soliciting. I want them to be able to know that I am an obedient child, right? And I need them to know that the work that I come to do, I need their assistance with, and I'm open to their assistance as long as it's in the light. Allow them to show me the error of my way should I be induced at any point, and not let my ego impede what it is that I'm trying to do for these people. Let my energy and their energy not interfere, nor disrespect, nor offend one another in the messages that I'm giving. And then I have to ask for that person's spirit guides to allow me to read them. Y'all gotta let me in there. Please. She wants me to do it, but I need to talk to y'all to let me in there so I can do it. Whenever we do misas and all that other kind of stuff, we always start with the Our Father. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Same thing. Do it. Hail Mary, full of grace. When it gets to the part to say, blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus, I don't say that. I say, blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Holy Mary, and keep it going. That's not my judge. You know what I'm saying? So I switch up a prayer in a minute. Yes, I will. They don't care. When I use tarot, my spirits won't talk to me. Now, when I use playing cards, he's down. So the method may be very important. It is important in the process. He don't want them cards. Those are not his. He's like, get them shits out of here. Fuck I'm doing with that. I got one. She was like, if you don't get the... I have a deck of cards. I've been trying to use some cards. Nobody wanted the cards. Nobody. They was like, put them shits away. Nobody over here wants those. I was like, oh, I'm going to give them away. Not one I got 97 people that read tarot cards, and not near one of them wanted them cards. I was like, well, goddamn. I just didn't know how to say it in English. Heads or tails? Heads and tails. You can use coins. They got faces on them. Heads is yes, tails is no. But you need 4 coins. And if you want to learn how to do that, I'll tell you. Yeah. That's the beginnings. Yeah, because you have to learn how to throw obi. And when I say throw obi, they want you to use, you can use the coins, right? But at some point, you're going to have to get those 4 pieces of coconut and learn how to do those type of divinations so that you can communicate easier with your ancestors to get those yes and no answers to your questions. And because you are being groomed for Ocha, you know that. Yeah, but you guys have to also remember that you know, you got to get into the habit. Us spiritual folk, we take spiritual baths and we're conditioned to do them neck down. Head, you got to get your head. I thought I was the only one using 4 coins. What the fuck? Nah, we feed out. Well, listen, we do the 4 silver dollars because they're nice and big and heavy, and they, you know, and we when we do anything for Egun and we do feedings, right? We'll feed the coins too to make sure that they get the sangre, so they get the power and the charge, so that we can use them when we do our communication. Should we not be able to get to no obi or nothing like that, we'll use the coins. They've been fed, all of that kind of shit, or washed, whatever. Eguna read that. Allegua will take that reading as well. He prefers the coconut, but if you don't got it, he will absolutely let you read him with them 4 silver dollars. Yes, he will. Or 4 coins. Yes, he will. He'll talk to you with that. Don't forget the story. Oh, so back to the house. So the when I get to the bottom of the stairs, I look up and the spirit is trying to make it so I can't see the top. I never saw this house was not that big that I should not have been able to look up them stairs and see the wall that turns the corner to go up the next floor. Couldn't see it. Couldn't see it for the life of me. It just kept going longer and longer and longer, right? So I couldn't see the bottom of the hall, and I felt, how do I describe it? I can't even describe how it feels, but when you in spiritual settings and you know energies, and you can feel that energy, you can feel when it's like, it would have did anything to keep us from coming up them stairs, because it was so scared that we were going to take it out of there that it was ready to just wild out, right? We wasn't scared, but we knew we wasn't prepared. So we ain't going up there. What we did was we built a spiritual wall and locked it. And you bet not come through this way. Who called you is the only direction you're allowed to go. You go out that door and around the front to that bitch's house. You come through this motherfucker, we coming back. Not only are we coming back with some shit, and you not gonna be happy. We was in there going in. So we made the spiritual wall, we made the door, and it didn't bother her no more. But that's not like a lifelong thing. She had to move. within not even 6 months, we did what we did, and her ancestors had her out of that house. It gave her enough peace and enough time for that thing to not to come back in there and it drove that other lady. She was already crazy, but it wouldn't come back because she would try to send it to fuck with the girl because she ain't like her. But after that, it wouldn't come back down there to mess with her. You go take all that shit for who called you, and you twist her back out. Don't come through this motherfucking middle floor. I don't give a shit. You come through here, I said don't come. It's a barrier. Because we come with the security that we come with, they don't want this smoke. And we not trying to drag it off and none of that kind of stuff because we ain't asked for it. Homie who owned the house asked for it. All right, you go play with her. She called you here. Go play with her. I'm not supposed to be in her business. Her business is not my business. I don't care what you do with her. But this one, don't come back through this middle thing. And we gonna have her out of here. So y'all can have your house back, by all means. But while she here, you bet not come back through this motherfucker. It didn't bother her. No, they don't want that ass effect. You know how I feel about ass effect. Them smells is something else. Something else. So again, that was with being careful on where you're buying your houses, the land, the other people, if it's like a joined house. You know, they have all of those types of things where they're conjoined kind of. It's on the same property line and the one next door is doing the dump. She was going in 4 months. Thank you for confirming that. 4 months later, she was out of that house. 4 months. That's not a long time. This is East Coast. You can't move nowhere in no 4 months. You can't get no nice nothing in no 4 months. Her ex was like, oh, she gotta get out of here. I was like, yeah, I know. We did something. She did something, and she was out of that house in 4 months, and that thing ain't bother her, and it didn't follow her. You had to definitely give her proper things to do when she was leaving there to make sure that nothing came with her or tried to follow her, because that's how dirty, dark, dusty spirits do. They like a nice clean batch of energy that they could attach themselves to and rip your life apart, and it be them. You think everything's going wrong. Now there's some shit you done took from somebody else that wasn't even meant for you. I say all that to say be mindful and be careful. And this is why I want you guys to have these protections, these relationships with spirit who can see the things that you can't see. And they'll tell you in a minute, you don't see that shit over there? There's some shit over there. Take your stupid ass over there and sit down somewhere. Yeah, I was out and I love my new place almost 2 years this September. That's right. And she's safe and nothing follow her. And she's comfortable, and that lady is over there being twisted back in all kinds of mental institutions because she done called out some shit from the cemetery across the street from the house. When I say it was across the street, I'm not even talking like a double street where it's like, yo, it was like doo-doo cemetery. I was like, bitch, you better move. They don't even gotta do a full flip to come here. All they gotta do is a ha, and they in your living room. You got to go. Cemetery gates don't keep nothing in. That's to keep you out. How about that? And y'all stay y'all asses from the cemetery. Don't be in no cemeteries playing and doing no dumb shit. Y'all don't got no business near no cemeteries unless you had a service and the EBO was told for you that you had to discard it at a certain particular place. Ain't no reason for you to be at the cemetery if your people ain't being put in the ground. Get your ass out of there. I had a coworker tell me the other day that he's ready to do face-to-face counseling because he reads energy. Looking at him twisted. You should ask him, so while he's ready to do those face-to-face counseling so he can read that synergy, what he know about cleansing himself. Because when we read energy, we pick up on some of that energy sometime, and energy is like lint. Residue gets left back if you don't clean it off. So while he's ready, how did you clean yourself? You know how many people that I've mentored in this walk who, when they came to me, was doing all kinds of fuckery, talking about they doing readings and this, that, and the third. And Spirit started getting closer and closer and closer and mounted them. And I asked about cleansing practices, and they're like, what do you mean? Bitch, are you kidding me? What do you mean? What do I mean? What do I mean? I mean, stop doing readings. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying you don't do no readings until you know how to clean yourself and step it. You don't go buying nothing bringing nothing to the cemetery. Yeah, stay y'all asses away from the cemetery. Y'all want to be like, oh, I went to see, oh, yeah, at the cemetery. Oh, yeah, don't own the cemetery. You know how many things is in that cemetery? You know how many other spirits is in that cemetery? Everybody and their mama in that cemetery. Good, bad, and indifferent. Stop it. That's not a good place to be. It's quiet, it's peaceful in the daytime, all that. That's the trick. That's the get you gotcha. You get home and see some shit run straight across your living room. Because when you was walking and you had somebody else with you, you was like, let's go. And all them spirits that heard you say, let's go, went and got in your car and was like, bet. You didn't say specifically John, Roger, and Tommy, whatever the fuck your last name is, let's get in the car. No, you said let's go. You know what let's go is? An open call to every spirit that decides, I'm going to go play with this motherfucker right here. That's what a let's go is at a cemetery. Facts. That's an invitation. Stay the fuck from the cemeteries. No bueno. Get jammed up over there. Be easy. Cause disease. I called him an incubus. He was like, what? Right, he don't even know what that means. Like, go look it up. Step it. Yeah. You say some shit. Even when I go to like misas and spiritual services, when I'm leaving, I'm like, I came alone and I'm leaving alone. I don't want none of your spirits with me. I don't want nothing that might have been in there riding you to try to follow me home because he liked the smell of my light. Get your ass back to who you came here with. I came alone. Write it down. I come alone. I leave alone. You're not welcome. Not with me. No. You best go play with someone else. Your words have power. Yeah, you leave it in silence, or I come alone, I leave alone. And always cleanse yourself when you are, if you have to go into a cemetery, get 9 pennies on your way out, cleanse yourself, and drop it at the gate and leave. I'm cleansing myself at the cemetery. I'm paying these 9 pennies to the dead. Don't follow me. Help me cleanse. Coins, metal, copper that comes from the earth. Anything that comes from the earth serves a purpose. You can cleanse with that. Flowers, you can cleanse with that. It's grown from the earth. Beans, you can cleanse with that. It comes from the earth. Kernels of corn, you can cleanse with that. It comes from the earth. You can snatch a bush of leaves or tree, not out the cemetery, from someplace else and cleanse yourself off and drop it at the gates of the cemetery and walk the fuck out, cleansing yourself off. I take nothing with me. Leave it here. There's 1,000,002 different ways of cleansing yourself. You just have to know what they are. And if you don't know what they are, you ain't got no business being there. Yeah, listen. Y'all gotta be careful of snakes. People presenting themselves as something that they are not, and trying to tangle themselves up around you to tie you up. Pay attention to everybody's movements. Pay attention to everybody's words. Sometimes you have to just be quiet and let someone talk. They tell on themselves all the time. Listen closely. Don't make excuses for people. They told you what you were supposed to hear. Listen to what they said. They meant that shit. They first response to your question or your whatever is how they really feel. I don't care how they remix it after they realize that you done picked up or looked at them a little crazy. With the first words that left their lips, that's it right there. Snakes, be careful. Sometimes people will hear themselves and be like, oh shit, I just told too much. You told me just enough. I heard every word you said. Thank you very much. Now I know where to put you. In the shit pile. You're a piece of shit. I'm putting you in this pile right here. Stay in there. Don't come back out there. This is where you are. This is where you live. This is your only place. You don't come out of there ever. I don't feel bad for people for being shitty people. That's your choice. You could choose to be as shitty as you want. I don't gotta deal with you. And I won't. I'm not here to worry about your redemption. That's between you and God. I'm cool with that. I'm here to give you a tool to help you grow. I'm here to make sure that you get to where you need to be safely. I'm here to lend a helping hand so that we can put together these dots and these things, because I have a thing where, you know, some people have they can just see stuff. My people will get to the we don't like that surface shit. They can't stand that. She be like, there's more. Ask this. There's something else. It ain't. I told you, Tetris, it gotta fit. It ain't fitting. This block and this block don't slide through there clearly. She leaving something out. Ask it. Ask. People tell. Yeah. Nah, ain't no you told me too much. You told me just enough. And y'all gotta be open. If y'all are gonna be going to people for assistance, and if you're trusting this person, and again, you got to be asking your ancestors, should I trust them? And sometimes they'll be like, yeah, because it's just that you need that information to start you off. They didn't tell you to go and get initiated with this person. They didn't tell you to go, not just get the information for now. Get these notes. Look over the information. How much of this stuff can I actually do on my own? Knock that out first. It shows independence, because at some point in this walk, you have got to have your legs solid underneath you to do the spiritual thing on your own. And you don't want to be dependent on anybody else. And so you have to start to take initiative for yourself to be able to withstand, because this is a long haul deal. This is a long haul deal. This is not a Wednesdays, Thursdays, Tuesdays, Fridays, 6 months out. Nah. That's not how that works. There's always something that's going to come up. There's always something. And when I tell you that there's always something, there is always something. And Spirit be right there and be like, let me tell you what, you want to see something? I'll be like, not really, but if you could show me. I'll be like, does it have something to do with me? If it got something to do with me, you can show me. If it got something to do with somebody I don't care about, I don't want to see that. Do you feel it's okay to do a turn to send a petition towards someone that's harmed me? Do you know specifically that this person has harmed you? Who told you that they physically picked up their hands to do something to harm you? Words don't count. Energy, I don't like this person, does not count. This person saying to this person, I think she's a bitch, does not count. Did they physically lift their hand, light a candle, do some type of brujeria to you? Who told you? Who told you, and what did they do? And how did it affect you? Because let me start with that. You saw with your eyes. That's not good enough. That's not good enough. That's great that you saw with your eyes. Now confirm it with spirit. When they confirm it, all you have to do is go and talk to them. You don't have to return nothing because you're doing this, right? Did you get hurt? Did it affect you? Sometimes things are done and our attention is brought to it for us to know who this person is and to get rid of them. Meaning, cut them out of your life 1,000%. Spirit, your guides, your cuadro, your ancestors keep a spiritual tab. Everybody's do on everything that everybody does against their own. This motherfucker who thinks that they can do this stuff, they not just doing something to you. They've tried that shit with this one, and this one. At some point, those tabs link up. When those tags link up, you gotta check that ass can't cash. You know why? Because your people is waxing that ass. This person's people is waxing that ass. That person's people is waxing that ass. And all you gotta do is stand back. So, they did it, but did it hit you? If it didn't hit you, that means they already took care of it. They just showing you to let you know what this person is about, and don't fuck with them at all. Period. Block them, cut them off. If you fuck with a person that knows that person, nah, we not doing op energy here. If you fuck with them and I don't fuck with them, I'm not fucking with none of y'all. Because if they showed you, I need you to see what they about. Get rid of them. We got the back end of this. We don't need, Spirit don't be needing y'all help to throw shit back. Spirit don't be needing, when they show it to you, that means, bitch, I saw it. And I'm just letting you know what I saw. Because when my guys tell me that they seen some shit, I don't gotta do nothing. When they show me it, that's to tell me, listen, this is what this bitch did. I'll be like, bet. I know that bitch is going to swing from a tree. I don't have to do it. Right, you got to keep your hands clean. Spirit do a lot of this work. Yes, I can. I cut them. They friends, they kids, all them off. I don't fuck with them. I'm just pissed. Ego, emotion. You can't have that where spirit is concerned. That's when you get in trouble. You end up doing some shit, and what we reap, we sow, right? You reap what you sow. What your hands do, your ass gets back. If they showed it to you, they showed it to you to cut it off. The fact that you saying that means it didn't hit you. Whatever they were supposed to do, spirit already blocked that shit. Nobody asked you to jump in the middle of that and start taking swings. That's how you get your ass dragged in these spiritual streets, because they're saying to you, I already got it. I know you mad, but go transmute that energy into something else. We already took care of it. What they did not affect you. How they meant it to hit you never even brushed your shoulder. So why are you worrying about it? This is not a back and forth tit for, this ain't tennis. Cleanse yourself. And they gonna get theirs. That's not for you to wheel and for you to deal. That's not what we here for. That's to show you, look at this person. Now, look at all of the ways that you let that person into your life. That they were allowed that close to you to do that kind of shit. And with all the red flags that we showed you, you don't clean yourself. Emmanuel, she can't clean herself with no fish. That's not her vein. Like, how does she do that? Unless you gonna give her all the information on how that's done. Come on. I lost my train of thought. You missed the red flags. You can't, let me say something. A person will be nice to you, and you'll witness them being shitty to 5 other people. They need and want something from you. They have a use for you. And when they don't have a use for you anymore, you get treated like those 5 of the people. If I see somebody that's a funky individual to 5 people, you think I'm going to sit around and wait for them to be funky to me too? I don't like your character. I don't like your energy. I don't think that you know when somebody don't deserve something that somebody's doing to them, that lets you know that how this person is rolling. I don't need to deal with you. Just because you didn't do it to me, I'm exempt? Absolutely not. I know that you have it in you to do that because these 5 people did nothing to you. What makes me different? I'm out. I don't miss them. I just ignored them. I was super hard head. Yeah, a hard head makes a soft ass. Don't. Yes, and please, I know everyone likes these spiritual people and spiritual pages. Does not equate to them being quality people. Not at all. Watch them. We are not allowed to be angry and go do anything spiritual. That's not how this is set up. When we do things out of protection, it's one thing, right? You are guided to do such. Just because they partake in this walk don't mean they not shady. Oh hell, you know how many spiritual shady people the people there are? Look, we can start off with just the Babalaos from your ancestors told me to fucking contact you. Like, come on. Humans are liars. I've had the extreme displeasure of having someone like that in life. And boy, yeah, you got to get rid of people. Spirit shows you stuff so that you have the opportunity to make the decision to say, I'm going to get rid of this person. It is not for you to go and try to send something back. They already did what they needed to do for you because it didn't hit you how that person meant for it to hit you. You can clean with eggs, though. It's like them Christian people. Just because they're Christian doesn't mean they are good people, and that applies to any practice, religion, spiritual sect, all of that. Anything. If they breathe in, it applies. Right. So what's the lesson? Thank you, Tanita. Look at you. I'm gonna beat you. Tanita, what's the lesson in this for you? What did you learn? That's right. And when you see that somebody's fucked up, cut them off. Pay closer attention who you allow in your close proximity. Keep your vibration high and let God work, and let your Egun work, and let your ancestors work. The lesson is let it go. Let it go. Your solace is in knowing that what they did ain't even affect you, so they ain't shit. Ha! What they did ain't shit. That's your lesson. You did all of that to try to do something, and it ain't even fucking skin my shoulder. Punk, whack ass, one candle knocking having ass nigga. That's what that was to teach you. Go tell them you give them nothing. Yes, thank you. I have to be more careful. Have to take care of God, my ancestors, my family first. The lesson is trust your gut and your intuition also. My lesson was understanding and learning what the sound of the alarms of Egun. Yeah, Ashe. That's right. What that you gotta understand and recognize what them alarms sound like. Cause they gonna send them and they gonna ring them in multiple different ways if you ain't get them first two. And all you gotta do is sit there and listen, and this motherfucker gonna tell you everything you need to know about their character, about everything that they come here with, that they ain't shit, they ain't gonna be shit, they babies ain't gonna be shit, and you know shit having ass DNA people going over there. Cause some people just ain't gonna be shit. They are okay with that, and I'm okay with that. Take it over there. Don't tag me in, I'm good. That's it. Don't get return happy. Don't get revocation happy. Don't get happy to go because, oh, they showed me that this person did that. A lot of times it's just to alert you to what this person did and you cut them off. Spirit takes care of everything on the back end. You think when they showed it to you, that means we saw it. We just want you to see it. That's what that means. If you're okay being shit, then I'm okay too. But please take yourself to the That's right. Put yourself on the curb. I'm finished. No nostalgia. No closure. I don't do that. If I'm finished, I'm finished. I don't have to explain it to you. I don't have to talk to you about it. You know exactly what the fuck you did. Don't act like you don't. I don't care what you said at the end of it. I don't care. I know what you did. You know what you did. If this ever comes back around and somebody asks me X, Y, and Z, you should tell them what you did, because I'm going to tell them what you did. Oh, that's not what happened. Let me tell you what really happened. That bitch did X, Y, and Z, and that's why I'm not fucking with them no more. That's why. My ego saw all that. Spirit sees in multiple time frames. They tell you some shit so far in advance that if you paying attention, you get out of so many. You know how many situations I've managed to keep myself out of simply by listening to what they told me to do, which was to sit the fuck down. The lesson is my people is with me, and they're gonna warn me. They have my back. Not only are they warning you that they have your back, they need you to understand that they got your front too. Because they saw her when she did it. They just letting you know. They was already there watching this bitch do the dumb shit, and they already all out on her shit. It never even scraped your heels. You have to be cognizant of what people are doing. You have to know what they're doing, because if they don't show you, then you're going to continue to think that this person is cool. No, we're going to show you so that you're the source. You allow them access to you. You allow them to not have access to you. We need you to see this information and to choose. These are the paths. You can choose to play with them, or you can choose to go with what we told you and leave them away. This is where Legua stands in the crossroads of your life. Choices and free will is what this walk is about. When we venerate spirit and bring spirit into this, that's so that they can tell us this way or this way. They go, I just showed you this. Which way you think you're supposed to go? Why I gotta tell you? I just showed it to you. What you think? You better go that way. That's the point. They're gonna let you make some of these decisions. They're gonna let you make the wrong decisions sometimes. You gotta learn. You got to learn to identify what it is about this person that attracted you to them in the first place. What it is about this energy that allowed you to put yourself in this precarious situation with someone who you know that their character was a kind of shady and shitty in the first place. Because you watched them be shady and shitty to them, but you thought, oh, it couldn't happen to me. What makes you exempt? Nothing. Because they told you, oh, no, I wouldn't do it to you. You was a motherfucking lie. I know that you done told 4 other than them 5 people that you wouldn't do it to them either. And look at you. Your actions speak louder than your words, and your spirit done snitched on you because they done showed me what you did. You can't hide that. You can't hide that. Listening is so important. Listening is extremely important. When I say I'm an obedient child, I say that because I do listen to my spirit, because I know that they have my best interests at heart, and I know that they're watching my 6, my 9, my 3, and my 12 all day, every day. They show me shit all the time that people done did some shit. They be like, fuck them. They throwing salt. Nobody cares. If I don't feed that beast starves. I'm not feeding you. I'm not ever feeding you. Give them nothing. Take from them everything is the motto around here. It was set up for you to try to do like a little battle thing. Because with the battle, once you flip it back and they done told you what we already knocked off, now it's like you done started some shit. That's the extra sauce that nobody asked you for. That's how you get your ass handed to you in the streets. And then it's like, oh, but I didn't start it. Why would it come back to me? Because I showed it to you for you to simply cut that person off. I didn't tell you to go throw some shit back. You don't play for the fucking Yankees. Nobody told you to try to be Derek Jeter out this bitch. We already blocked it. Like all of the football players, the linebackers, all of that. We didn't even touch you. Who told you to pull baseball into this football game that we already got on lock? Go sit down. Because like I said, they people can now keep a tab as well. You're not exempt from your actions or your lack thereof. So we're very mindful when it's something like doing a reversal or sending some shit back or some, because sometimes a lot of times the spirit guides and your ancestors, they already took care of that shit, but they just letting you know what was going on. So you can make the right decisions going forward where this person is concerned. If they want you to do some shit, they're going to tell you to do some shit. There'll be a time where, depending on the type of spirit guides you got, you ain't even got to do it. You just got to make sure that the stuff is accessible and put that shit down for them, and they're going to take care of the whole shit for you. You ain't lift your hand. You ain't sit there and light no candle. You ain't sit there and write nothing down. You ain't sit there and ooga booga, nothing. You watch how spirit work. Trust. It's in that blind trust. It's in that blind faith. It's in knowing that you got prudent and benevolent spirits that's in the light, and they only listen. Reaction and protection and offense and defense are two completely different ball games. They let you know when it's something you need to do. They let you know when it's somebody you need to get rid of. If that person came back after the fact that you getting rid of them with some next shit, they may tell you to then do something else. They ain't do that. That's not what happened. You mad. Why you mad though? Because they did it? They should be mad that it didn't work. Now you look like a pussy in these spiritual streets because you throwing shit and your shit is duds. I laugh at that kind of shit. That should be funny to me. I'd be like, oh, look at you. You wasted your little... Whack. Give it nothing. Because clearly, you still here. Clearly, what they did didn't hit you. Clearly, it didn't work. So they shit is bullshit. And it's not sanctioned. And it wasn't righteous. And you didn't deserve it. So with that being said, I'm not wasting my time and no energy on you. This is about preparing and stacking and building for the next generation and those that come behind you. This is about getting all of your ducks in a row so that everything that is set down for you to receive and for you sangre for nothing, right? They don't wasted their time, their money, and their energy. And now they got a tab in another person's book for spirit to at some point cash in that tab. Well, spirit cashes in their tabs. Oh, they like to cash in their tabs. They just wait for the right moment. When it's enough tabs to cash in, that's when boop, 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 boop. Everybody that they offended, throw that shit back at the same time. And it don't be the humans, it be the spirits. Because they be having round table discussions and shit. And spirits see what other spirit is doing, and spirits see what's going on. They be like, now's the time to take this motherfucker down. And you don't be having no idea of what's going on. Because it ain't your business. Stay out of it. Let them handle that. Because, remember, when they threw it, they had to ask a spirit to help them aim it at you. They couldn't do it themselves. When those works and stuff is being done, there's a spirit that's being called in to ask them, listen, I need you to go fuck this person's life up. You can't go do nothing with that spirit, but you know who can? Your guys. The rest of the spirits can go and fuck that spirit up. Facts. Let them do it. It'd be a good drag. If you ain't never seen a spirit drag another spirit off, you ain't seen nothing. Because that shit is beautiful. You be like, look at you, scraping at the walls, puto. Right. Put back that goddamn jar. Don't you put a bitch in a jar. Don't you sit it out. Sit this one out. Please. It's for your own good. That's that extra sauce that you got to pay back. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's how we get waxed in these spiritual streets. Nobody likes to be spiritually waxed. That shit hurts. And then you want to walk away. Like, don't walk away because you did it. Nobody told you. But I got a big one. Yeah, no jaws. Herbs, dried herbs for the winter time goes in your jar. That's it. You got a brush like a barbo. Puto. Facts. Oh my God. Y'all got any other questions? Jesus. You're welcome, my love. And listen, this ain't about snapping on you. This is about making sure that you don't do nothing that's going to fuck you up. Because when you do stuff like that, it does mess you up, right? It dirties your hands. It keeps you from being able to prosper and for you to move freely in the spiritual realm, the spiritual way that you're supposed to do, because you can't handle opposition, right? There's always going to be someone in this walk, when you're doing this, that's going to oppose what you're doing. There's always going to be a hater. There's always going to be someone that starts off as an admirer that turns around and ends up hating you. That goes with the job. You have to be prepared to handle what comes along with the job, you know? Humans come along with this job, and humans suck ass. Weeding. Take out the weeds and deal with the nice roots and flowers of the ones that are here for the good. The rest of the weeds, pluck them out, toss them. Spirit gonna help you fucking kick it a little bit further away from you. You just have to make sure that you don't get caught up into the arrogance of ego to say, oh, this bitch thought she could do, so I'm a... Nah. I'd be like, y'all saw that? They'd be like, yep. I'd be like, y'all on that? They'd be like, yep. I'll go and smoke a blunt. I ain't got time for that. I be so unbothered. My level of unbothered is so stupid. Like, people be like, yo, what the fuck? What? Are you human? I be like, on certain days. Like, what do you want from me? Ever had someone else, spirit, pull up to your door, step like, I'm going to keep it 100 with you. I don't want to be here, but... No, they don't get that close. They don't get that close. I've had something similar. You got to be careful with that, right? Because there's trickster energies, right? And then sometimes they'll want to come and stay with you. Like, to be part of your court. I don't want extra. I don't want people, guides, spirits to come from other. No. I want what came from me. What was born, the ones that was blood lineage, the ones that came and say, listen, I bang with your family, I bang with your bloodline. I've been here since this, I came from this life cycle, this, and this. Part of your family was this, so we came with this. They did this back in the day, so now we here for the whole lineage. Those are mine. Them extra shits, nah, no thank you. That's right here, Del Monte. Oh, no, thank you. No. Be careful with that. That's that trickster shit. And then, no. Yeah, I know you don't want to be here. That's good. Go back. Egun, drag them off. Then you shouldn't be. If you don't want to be here, then don't motherfucking be here. Because on this side of the fence, they going to drag you. Call up whoever is your first line of protection. Ancestors first. You got anything else? Drag them. That's what I do. I'll call in a guide in a minute. I'm not doing that. Y'all see that shit? They be like on it. I'll be like, okay, and I'll sip tea. That's why your relationships have to be up to par with your spirits. That's why they have to be well taken care of. Because when you take care of them like that, they make sure that you're taken care of. Ain't no question. And even nobody can't even come offer them no shit to come and get them to go. They be like, get the fuck out of here. I'm not going with you. Because people try to steal your guides. If it's something that they don't, if the spirit didn't initially come to work with them and it's somebody that they want, and the guide don't have to be wanting to be bothered with them because they see what this person comes with and they don't be wanting to rock with that shit. They'll try to steal it. Like, nah, you ain't stealing nothing over here. You're not getting no shine over here. What herb plant do you recommend to get rid of dark spots from a rash? That I don't know. Dark spots. There are a lot of, listen, me and aloe are very good friends, right? Aloe grows so lovely I have the biggest, thickest, juiciest batch of aloe that grows here. So he says papaya, tea tree, oats, sugar, sea salt, scrubs, lemon. Come on, y'all. Banana skin aloe. Look all of these up and see what works for your skin. I would do a test run on like my arm of just a little bit of it before you try to, like, if it's on your face, put it on your face. The cat ate the aloe. She's sick of you. You not being nice to that cat. You need to get her some catnip to keep her off of that. If you put the catnip down, she'll stay on that. All right, I got 24 seconds remaining. This is my third batch. I am finished. I thank you all for your energy tonight. I thank you all for allowing me to do the things that I do. I thank you all for receiving the messages and allowing yourselves to grow. Please stay diligent in your walk, and remember, we here, so trust your Egun.